Good morning, welcome to a new video and thank you for joining me on my body transformation journey. This morning I'll be working on my arms and shoulders workout, and I'll be starting with the exercises my physiotherapist gave me for my shoulder impingement, which is basically a slow forward raise, moving out to a lateral raise and then slowly down to begin again with a forward raise. As advised by my physiotherapist, I am only using 1.5 kilo weights. So I move slowly up with the forward raise, slowly out to the sides, adjust my grip, and then slowly the reverse of a lateral raise. And I have to do this 12 times. Now, to allow my shoulders to have a bit of time for rest, I'm going to go for the bicep curl, which I'll be doing with 5 kilos in each hand. And again, that'll be a set of 12, but this time I'll be doing 3 sets. I'll just allow myself a minute's rest in between sets. Okay, ready for set 2. Right, time for the final set. Back to shoulders now with the side raises. I've gone back to the 1.5 kilo weights as well because I don't want to put too much pressure on my shoulders until I've got my shoulder impingement sorted. So as with the others, it's 3 sets of 12. Quick rest before set 2. Okay, time for set 2. Now you may have realised in the last set that instead of staying flat at the sides, I did go quite a bit higher, and that's because whilst it is true that you get the most benefit there, your muscles are still being used to go higher. So like, why stop halfway? Why not get the most benefit as possible? Just because your muscles are doing less there than they are there doesn't mean that they're not doing anything. So with that small extra bit of motion, you're getting a lot more work for your muscle. And I'm here to get the most out of the workout, not to do as little as possible. But anyway, that's just me. Time for set 2. Time for set 3. Now, you may have also noticed in the last set that I do keep my arm completely stretched straight as opposed to bending it slightly. And that's because obviously when you bend your arm, you're reducing the amount of length from stretched all the way to bent, and of course the further something is away, the more effort you take in to move it. So if I've got it very close, it doesn't take much effort. If I've got it very far away, a lot more effort, so I'm using my muscle a lot more. But also, when my arm's straight, I find it a lot harder to activate my biceps. And my biceps have already been worked. I'm looking to focus all the attention onto my shoulders on this particular exercise. So keeping my arms completely straight just allow me to do that a bit easier. Anyway, set 3. Right, time now for probably one of my least favourite exercises, and that's the tricep extension. I'm using the 1.5 kilo weight, and I did actually mean to do some research regarding the different techniques with this exercise. I haven't done that yet, but once I've finished this workout, I'll have a look online, see what information I can find, and I'll share that with you about now. Right, I've done a bit of research now on a few different websites, and they all pretty much say the same as this AI overview, which is dumbbell tricep extensions are generally more effective and safer when done with a straight/controlled form, brackets, elbows pointing forwards or up, close to the head, end brackets, rather than letting them flare sideways excessively. And it goes on to say that the recommended form would be to keep your upper arm stationary, elbows pointing forward if lying, or straight up towards the ceiling if overhead, and close to your ears. The benefits for that are maximises the isolation of the triceps, specifically the long head, by maintaining constant tension. It also says that from a safety aspect, it protects the elbow joint by reducing unnecessary torque. The other option, which is where you point your elbows to the side, is allowing elbows to point outwards away from the head. The risks to this are increases stress on the elbow joint and reduces the effectiveness of the contraction of the tricep. Although there are exceptions, one being a slight natural flare may be more comfortable for some, but forcing them outwards should be avoided. Okay, so because the information you've just seen is going to be filmed after this workout, I'm going to go ahead and do this exercise in the way I usually would, and then depending on the information that we receive, I'll adjust the workout if necessary for next time. So for now, tricep extensions. go straight into set 2, because whilst I'm doing one side, the other side's having a chance to have its rest. And again, straight into set 3. That's 3 sets done. If you were wondering what I was doing there with my other arm, where I put it at the back of my head, I was simply holding on, literally just touching the back of my arm, because I wanted to make sure that I was putting as much focus as possible into my tricep rather than activating my bicep. So by touching my arm with my other hand, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not moving too far out of position. Okay, the next exercise is going to be the wrist curls, which I'll use the 5 kilos for, and then straight after that I'll move into the reversed wrist curls, which I'll use the 1.5 kilos for. Now whilst I'm doing the right arm, my left arm's having a rest, and you'll notice I've got no tension in my bicep. It's all the effort is coming from my forearm. Okay, I'll just have a quick rest and then move into the reverse wrist curls. Okay, first set of wrist curls. straight into set 2, because whilst I'm doing the left hand side, my right hand side is having a rest. Okay, that's that. Now for the final exercise, which will be bent over rows to work on the back of my shoulders. Right, so on the final exercise of the workout now, which will be a bent over reverse fly to work the back of my shoulders. And when I said earlier that the tricep extension was one of my least favourite exercises, this is a close contender too. Quick rest before I start set 2. Right, time for set 2. I'm going to try and adjust the camera here so I can have a good look when I finish the workout at how my shoulders look from the back. Okay, it's time for the final set now. I've adjusted the camera so that I can have a look at what my shoulders look like from the back whilst I'm looking at the footage later on. Apologies if the view is not very glamorous. I mean, I know I've got a damn fine arse, but might not be for everybody's taste. Right, that's the workout done. Certainly need to increase the weights on quite a few of the exercises. For now though, I'm going to go downstairs, get some breakfast, then I'll come back and do the research for the tricep extensions. I just want to address something that I said earlier where I actually contradicted myself when I stated that when I'm doing the lateral raise, I like to go as high up as I can and keep my arms straight because I want to get the most out of the exercise regardless of that extra elevation being slightly less effective than the rest of the exercise. However, when it came to bent over reverse flies, I actually do bend my arms very slightly. And throughout the day I've actually been thinking about that, and in all honesty I'm not sure why I do that. I think it must have been just the way I was taught to lift. And you know what it's like when you learn how to do something, even if you learn how to do it incorrectly. Because that's the way you've been taught, it's difficult to get out of that. But now I've recognised a potential loss or unachieved benefit from bending my arms slightly, I'll try to remember in future to keep them straight. Well, that's all for this workout, so thank you all for joining me. If you've enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up button. If you're interested in supporting the channel and helping me grow, click the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell if you're interested in keeping updated with future uploads. And of course, please go ahead and share the channel and this video. Thanks again, and I will see you tomorrow.